All right, in the last video we took a look at some of the basic symbols we're going to use in building our circuit schematics. Now today let's talk about some of the rules and kind of how we would put together a circuit. So the first rule is that we're always going to keep our battery or power supply to the left. So let's just start by building a simple circuit. So I'm going to build it in this area, and let's say I have a 1.5 volt battery, which would be the voltage supplied by your standard AAA, AA, C battery that you'd put into a device. And this will be the left-hand side of the circuit I'm going to draw. Next thing is we're always going to connect wires from the top of the battery and then bring them through the devices in our circuit. So in this circuit, let's just build a simple circuit with a light bulb in it. So I'm going to come out of the top, come over, and then I'm going to put my light bulb in the circuit. I draw it straight into the light bulb, and then I'm going to follow a path back to, this is the positive terminal at the top, back to the negative, which is the minus terminal. So I draw my wire down, over, and then connect back in. So the fact that I have a clean connection through my device, my light bulb in this case, all the way back to the other side of the battery, I have a complete circuit. Now there are some times when we split the paths. So split paths have to reconnect. And this could happen if, per se, let's say we take our circuit here, our simple circuit. Let's draw another one where we have multiple paths. So this time I'm going to connect my battery to a couple light bulbs. There's one path, but I'm going to put another one in here, which provides a second path. And notice these connection points are darkened. So whenever I split my paths here, there's a split, they have to reconnect before we make it back to the battery. And the last part in setting up your schematics is just to make sure that all your parts are included. Check all components. So if you're supposed to have 3 light bulbs, make sure you have 3 light bulbs, or 3 resistors, have 3 resistors, and make sure they're all connected. Okay. Now, when you're building schematics, there's 2 different ways we can connect an object. There's what we call a series connection, and there's what we call, I'll get the colors out here, a parallel connection. Slide this up a little bit. And in their most simple form, a series connection is a circuit that has only one path for current to flow. So, for example, if I have 3 light bulbs in series, my circuit would look like this. So with a battery, let's put it on a battery. I'm going to start with my battery. positive, negative. Let's say it's a 3-volt battery. I'm going to come out of the battery, go into one light bulb, and then along the same path, go into my second light bulb, and then along the same path, go into my third light bulb. So notice there's only one path through 1, through 2, through 3. Light bulb 1, light bulb 2, light bulb 3. So this is a series connection. Okay, one path for the current to flow. Now a parallel connection, if you haven't guessed already, is when we have a circuit with more than one path. So let's hook up 3 light bulbs in parallel. What would that look like? Okay, again with a battery. So let's start with our battery. We'll start with the 3-volt battery. And now we come out of the top, we come out here. Now we're going to have to split the current into multiple paths. So I'm going to put a junction in here, and I'm going to take one path down through the first light bulb. But then I've got to take and create a second path for my other light bulbs. But there's 3 of them in parallel. So not only do I have to create a second path, but I need to split it again. And provide a path for my third light bulb. So those are 3 light bulbs. And remember, we always have to, whenever we split the paths, reconnect them. So I come back down here. These wires will have to reconnect. Come back here. These wires would have to reconnect. And notice I have my connection points. This is an example of a parallel connection. I have 3, 1 path, 2 paths, 3 paths for the current to flow through.